Well, back with some more Digimon Survive. Where did we leave off? Where we left off, our Ketamon is no more. Um, Miyuki was sacrificed by Piemon, and Takuma ran in to save her and was also vanished, but apparently saved because Miyuki has superpowers. I wonder how the rest of the gang's gonna react when they realize that I'm alive. But let's listen to the music for a moment here because that's always good. And then we can start up here with part 8, which is apparently at Takuma's house. Must be a flashback. Let's get going. Are you sure you've got everything, Takuma? Yeah, Mom, I'm all set. Oh? What about the camp guide? Do you remember to bring an extra handkerchief? It gets cold so quickly in the mountains. You'll need both a jacket and a coat. I've got all I need, Mom. I went through it all last night and checked again just now. Well, it never hurts to double check. Remember that time you were in 2nd grade? You came home from that field trip in tears because you forgot to pack your lunch. Mom, that was years ago. Once she starts with that story, she doesn't stop. I'll be late if I don't cut her off. Oh, and I don't want you staying up too late when you get there. And try not to stare at your phone too much on the bus. You'll get car sick. Yeah, I got it. Oh, and one more thing. What now? I sewed a little good luck charm into your pants. Uh-huh. Mom, that's so weird. Why would you do that? If you ever get in trouble and you don't know what to do, I want you to look at it, okay? She's so superstitious. Mom, I'm not a little kid anymore. Oh, Takuma, don't you know you'll always be my little boy? Man, I don't even know what to say to that. Whatever, Mom. I'm leaving now. Bye. Wish she wouldn't treat me like I was still 5 years old all the time. What's she so worried about anyway? I'm just going on a camping trip. Oh, if only you knew what was about to happen. I mean, sure, I'll always be her kid. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to grow up. Doesn't mean I'll never be an adult. See you when I get back. Takuma, wait, you forgot this. I missed something? Well, I'm pretty sure I got everything I need. Can't be that important. Sorry, Mom, I don't want to be late. Takuma, stop! Come back! Takuma! What's gotten into her? You'd think this was a matter of life and death or something. Uh-huh. Huh, that's odd. It's like her voice is getting further and further away. Is that really my mom calling for me? Probably not. Turns out it's Agumon. It's okay, Mom. I got everything. No need to panic. It is Agumon. Huh? What? That's not my mom's voice. Sounds familiar, though. Why does it feel like I'm shaking? Uh-huh. Ah! Takuma, you're awake! Hooray! Oh, come on. So, all that stuff with my mom, I guess that was just a dream. A dream? Takuma, are you alright? Oh, yeah, sorry. Got a little mixed up there. But, why are we here? Sure, a lot of red spider lilies in this forest. Where are we? It's me. All I know is we were here when I woke up, and you were lying on the ground. But why are we in this forest? And what was I doing before? Oh no, amnesia! Did you forget, Takuma? Sorry, my memory's real fuzzy. You mean you forgot what happened right before we came here? Right before we came here? That's weird. Everything's all mixed up in my head. I can't remember. What's the last thing you remember? Let's see. We went to the abandoned factory to try to rescue Miyuki, right? Right. And then... oh yeah, we fought Piamon. And we won. We sure did. But then Miyuki got swallowed up by the fog. So we went after her. And we wound up in some kind of music room where we found Miyuki. You got it, Takuma. Turns out you did remember everything. I'm so glad. Yeah, apparently I did. It's all coming back now. I remember talking with Miyuki, and she was speaking normally. I feel like she did something. And then we were all covered in this white light. Well, that's it. I guess I still can't quite remember everything. Maybe if I could ask Miyuki, she would know. Hey, that's right. Where's Miyuki? What happened to her? Don't ask me. When I woke up, everyone else was gone. It was just you and me. Well, we can worry about what happened later. First, we need to find Miyuki. Where could Miyuki have gone? I don't think she'd be too far. Should we try looking further out? No, let's not get ahead of ourselves. The trees are thicker that way, and you never know what might be hiding in the shadows. Plus, something about this place seems off. What do you mean? Can't quite put my finger on it, but this forest, something about it is different. It's not quite the same as I'm used to. Oh yeah, I noticed something like that too. So it's not just me. What is it that's bothering you, Agumon? Well... oh? Huh? That sounded like... I heard it too, Takuma. It came from over this way. Or that way. I can read. Takuma, look over there. It's Miyuki. Miyuki. Uh-huh. Where am I? Miyuki, do you remember me? Takuma. I'm so glad we found you. Are you alright? You're not hurt or anything, are you? I don't think so. But what are we doing here? Honestly, right now I'm just glad it sounds like you really are okay. Hmm? Oh, I was afraid that maybe you'd lost the ability to speak again. You mean, you were worried about me? Why wouldn't we be? After all, you're one of our closest friends. Oh, I'm so happy to hear you say that. And I've been meaning to tell you something. Thank you so much for being so nice to me and my brother this whole time. There, I finally got to say thank you. Was that clear enough? Yeah, of course. But, I mean, it's not like you have to thank us for anything. I haven't been doing anything special. I just treated you how I felt like treating you. Yeah, me too. Well, I feel like thanking you just now. So I did. We make a good pair, don't we? I guess we do. You know, I've never had a chance to talk with you like this before, Miyuki. Really? Wasn't she talking like this in that other place before we came here? Well, we didn't exactly have a lot of time there. We never had the chance to chit-chat. Oh. This does feel like a fresh start. I guess I should say, nice to meet you, Takuma. Right, nice to meet you too, Miyuki. Same to you, Agumon. You too, Miyuki. So, Takuma, Agumon, where exactly are we? Oh yeah, we shouldn't just be standing around chatting like this. Sorry, but I have a hard time remembering things from when I was out of it. No need to apologize. And to be honest, we're still not entirely sure where this is either. But we do know there's something off about this forest. It's not normal. Oh yeah, we were talking about that earlier. What was it that struck you as different about this place, Agumon? I can't sense anything in this forest like me or the others. You mean nothing like you at all? Right. I can't even sense Falcomon or Dracomon or anyone else. So, what does that mean? I don't know either. I don't know why either. I can't sense Falcomon or anyone else. There's definitely something weird going on. Maybe that means we're really far away from the others. Well, from what I saw, it doesn't seem like we're anywhere near the factory. We're probably still somewhere on that weird island, but it's strange. I don't remember any flowers in that forest we had to go through to get to the factory. Wait, that's it! The red spider lilies! That's what's so weird about this place! And in this world, red spider lilies only grow in one specific area. Does that mean we somehow wound up back by the school? Are we sure that's the only place the spider lilies can be? No, that can't be it. The surroundings don't quite match up. If anything, this is like... No. It can't be, can it? I mean, there's no way, right? Things don't just work out like that. I need to calm down and think this through again. Carefully examine all that I know, one thing at a time, like the professor would. Is something wrong, Takuma? Did you figure something out? No, I can't be sure of anything yet. If you say so. So, what do we do now, Takuma? Right. I've been wondering about that too. I don't see much point in staying here. But then again, if we just head out blindly and get lost, that won't help either. I don't sense any enemies nearby, but you think I should go see what's up ahead? But that would mean splitting up. Don't you think that could be dangerous? I guess it could be. What do you think, Takuma? Under the circumstances, our options are limited. We could stay here and hope the others find us, or the three of us could go take a look around. Then again, we could have Agumon do the looking while Miyuki and I stay here. Let's let Agumon scout. Well, looking around blindly could be dangerous, but we can't just stay here. I think maybe we should let Agumon take a look around just to be safe. Whatever you say, Takuma. Wait. What is it, Miyuki? I don't think we should split up. After all, what if we get lost and never see each other again? Miyuki seems really upset by that possibility. And she's right, if we do split up, there's no guarantee we'll find each other again. I guess, if we're going to move at all, we should just move together. Thanks for understanding, Takuma. Well, you're right. I'd hate for us to get separated. Let's all look around together. So in the end, it doesn't matter what I said there. We'd end up looking around together. But if that fog shows up, we're in trouble. So we'll have to be careful. Right, got it. So now that that's settled, which way should we go? Hey, Takuma, look over there. Huh? It's all lit up. Sure is. Funny, it was dark until just now. The light's shining in just that one spot. Like it's showing us the way to go. She's right. It's almost like we're being guided down the right path. Or it's a trap. No, this could still all be a coincidence. Either way, though, we need to get moving. Alright, let's head for the light. Follow the lighted path this far, but it's not some sort of trap, is it? And is it just me, or does this place look familiar? What's on your mind, Takuma? You've been pretty thoughtful for a while now. I don't know, it's just... I feel like I've been here before. But it could just be my imagination. You see all these red spider lilies? Remember how they grew in the forest near that school? That might be why this place seems familiar. Really? I don't think I've ever seen this place before. I mean, it's kind of like that forest, but it's not the same. Huh? What's this strange sensation? If he's right, if this really is where I think it might be, maybe the place you're thinking of with the red spider lilies is somewhere else? There's only one other place it could be. But it's from before I met Agumon. Even before I found myself in that other world. That would mean... could it be? Takuma? Do you really know where we are? I think maybe this is... No, it has to be. It must be. Takuma, what's gotten into you? Takuma, wait! Both of you follow me. If this is where I think it is, it shouldn't be much farther. I suddenly find myself running. It's almost like my body is acting all by itself. I have to know. I have to be sure. And that need drives me forward. gotta be there. It's just gotta be. I knew it. I was right. This is the same tunnel. We came through here to get to the shrine. And then we woke up in another world. You mean, is it really true? It has to be. Huh? What's going on? What's true? What are you two talking about? I don't get it at all. What we're saying is, this might not be your world, Agumon. Huh? But if this isn't my world, then... what does that mean? Where are we? Come on, we need to get through this tunnel. That'll clear things up for sure. Hey, wait! Takuma, hold on! Mm-hmm. Is this really? I've definitely never been here before. Yes, I remember this. This is the road that led to the shrine. That strange mist is gone. I thought it was too good to be true, but it wasn't. This is it. We're back. We made it back from that other world. Eh? What? You mean this is the world where you and your friends all came from, Takuma? That's right. This is it. Wow. So this is your world? That's great, Takuma. Yeah, thanks, Agumon. Well, I sure wasn't expecting that. You know, this place is kind of weird, but... I'm glad I got to go back with you to your world, Takuma. And I'm glad you're here, too. I'm so happy it worked. Huh? Wait, what do you mean it worked? You don't remember what happened in the music room? The music room. Wait, now that I think back on it, yes, I remember. You were singing a song, and all this white light started to surround us. You mean you didn't hear? You mean you did that, Miyuki? With the other half of my soul returned, it looks like I managed to save you, Takuma. So the reason we're here right now is because of something you did? I wasn't sure if it would really work or not myself. It looks like it did, though. I'm so glad. Wait, what? This whole conversation is so unexpected. I'm having a hard time keeping up. If Miyuki brought us back to this world, that means she must know something, right? And what's she mean about half her soul? She mentioned that in the music room, too. Come to think of it, what was she even doing in that world in the first place? And more importantly, does she know what happened to the others? So, if we made it back because of you, can you tell me what happened to the others? I don't know. I've never tried to find out how much power was in my song before. Your song? You mean the one you were singing in that music room? Does it have something to do with us coming to this world? That song has been passed down in my family for generations. It has the power to link that world with this one. In other words, the real reason we're here right now is because of the power of that song? Well, I guess the big takeaway is that Miyuki is the reason we made it back. Now we'll have to think about what our next move is going to be. Hey, Takuma! There's something over there! What? It's not Piedmon and his cronies, is it? Was I wrong about us being back home? Are we still in that other world? No, it doesn't feel like one of us. I think it's other humans like you. Oh, I started to panic for a second there. But if you're sensing humans, do you think maybe it's the others? It does seem possible that it could be Minoru or Aoi or anyone else. What do you think? I can't really tell. So it might be the others, or it might not. Am I really back in my world, or am I still in that other one? This should settle things once and for all. Agumon, Miyuki, let's keep going just a little bit further. Takuma, look! Wow, really is a human I've never seen before. Sure is. Now there's no doubt about it. We're definitely back in our world. That's true, but, Miyuki, is something wrong? Oh, no, it's nothing. Just something's bothering me, that's all. I don't know. She looks pretty upset. What could be bothering her that much? Oh, I don't know. Maybe the fact that this is like 50 years in the future for her? Miyuki, are you feeling okay? Yeah. Oh, is it Agumon she's worried about? Is she afraid of what might happen if he's seen? Or maybe she's anxious about whether Minoru and the others made it back here okay. Then again, she could be concerned about Haru. Yeah, I gotta ask about Haru here. I'm sure you must be worried about your brother now that you've been separated. Oh, yeah. I'm concerned about him, too. Huh? Was Haru not what was bothering her? So, when is it right now? Oh, I've been out of it for a while, and I've lost all track of time. It's kind of been bothering me. I'm pretty sure it's been about a week since we first arrived in that other world. Meaning we've been missing for several days now. I'm sure that's caused a big stir. This could be bad, especially since Minoru and the others still aren't back yet. I'll never be able to explain what happened to the others still, with the others still in that other world. What am I going to do? Takuma? We might have a problem. What now? Those people over there. They keep looking in Agumon's direction. Oh, right. Agumon, you need to hide. Quick. Huh? But why, Takuma? Remember how we talked about there not being anything like you in this world? If they find you, things could get real bad. But do I really have to hide? Just for a little while. Stay out of sight while Miyuki and I go talk to them, okay? Alright, if you say so. But it better not be for long. I think we actually managed to take care of that before anybody noticed. I think so too. But you said you wanted to go talk with those people, right? What do you want to find out? First of all, I want to know what people in this world think of our disappearance. We've been missing for days, and that's sure to have caused some sort of commotion. Anyway, let's see what they have to say about it. Well, time to find out that, time works differently or something. Maybe I should pump the locals for some info? Like, this is exactly how we left it. What do you mean have there been reports of strange things going on around here? I mean, it seems like something's going on. Oh, it's been going on all right. Looks like there's been quite a fuss over us after all. What if the police ask us what happened? What will we say? You see, a few students who came here to go camping went missing. Everyone's saying they might have got caught in a landslide. The police just left to meet with their teacher a few minutes ago. Just a few minutes ago? Huh? What's he talking about? How many days have passed since the landslide when we went to the other world? What does all this mean, Takuma? I have no clue, honestly. But I guess time passes at different rates here in this world than in the other one? This world? The other one? What the heck are you going on about? Nothing. Just ignore that. Anyway, how's the shrine where the landslide happened? Is it holding up? Well, aren't you inquisitive? But I don't think they've finished investigating yet. The shrine was in ruins already, so they've been telling people not to go near it. The shrine? In ruins? What? What's with Miyuki all of a sudden? Oh, it's been decades since anyone's looked after that old place. Apparently it used to be quite nice. You'd never guess from the way it is now, though. Decades? What is it, Miyuki? Anyway, it's not safe for you. It's not safe to go there. I'd say, so I'd stay away if I were you. Yeah, so Miyuki's finding out it's been 50 years. Hey, I haven't seen y'all before. Don't tell me you're the missing students. We... Crap, now what am I supposed to say? It's not safe to be lollygagging around here, so get back to your school already. Everyone's probably worried sick. Back to school? What do you mean? Things were shaking so hard it started a landslide. Students even went missing. So all students who are still safe got called back to the school, apparently. I'd go too if I were you. My goodness. Are your children lost? Oh, no, we just stopped to rest here for a while. Is that so? Well, that's all right then. But many children do get lost around here. These woods have so many confusing little game trails, and yet they come anyway. There's some sort of camp or something they have around this time of year. Ah, yes, of course. Those of us who live nearby always get worried when children are around. Only natural after all those disappearances. That would have been 50 years ago now. Disappearances? Oh, there was such an outcry. Who could forget? And the children were never found? Never. It was a mass disappearance. Even the famous Minase family lost a daughter. No, you don't mean... She was about the same age as that girl over there. Huh. She looks just like Akihiro Minase's sister, actually. Miyuki looks like a girl who disappeared 50 years ago. And didn't that lady say Minase? That's Miyuki's last name, too. What the heck is going on? Is it just by chance? Or could it be... Excuse me, but, whatever happened to the kids that disappeared? Everyone in the village went out and searched high and low. They never found anyone. No, wait. Now that I think of it, they did find one little boy. That was all. Oh. Wait, does this mean... Miyuki, what's wrong? What? Oh, You're looking quite pale there, dearie. Are you okay? She really is pale. She hasn't been looking great since she heard what the lady said. But why? Huh? What was that noise? Hey, Takuma, is it okay to stop hiding now? Agumon? What is that thing? A ghost? A monster? No, it's just a stuffed animal, see? But I saw it move and talk all by itself. It's got a computer inside, like one of those stuffed animals that can walk and talk. Right, Miyuki? What? I mean, yes, that's right. It's all because of a computer. But Takuma, what's a computer? See, look, repeats back what you say. Amazing technology, isn't it? I see. Technology is getting pretty advanced these days, I suppose. Huh? I have no idea what you two are talking about. Well, I guess we should get going. We know the way from here, so... Are you sure? Okay then, you be careful now. That was harder than I thought, but she bought it. Yeah, she was pretty shocked. But by what exactly? Huh. By what? Come on, I told you to stay hidden, Agumon. Sorry, but you were taking your time, so I started to get curious. I guess Agumon couldn't help it. He's bound to be curious now that he's in our world for the first time. But if anyone else sees you, we're gonna be in big trouble. Here, hold my hand and pretend to be a stuffed animal from now on. So all I have to do is hold your hand? Not quite sure I get it, but if you say so. Oh, jeez. Please let this work. So, where are we going now? The school, I guess. We might be able to find some answers there. What about you, Miyuki? Are you okay with that? Yeah, there's something I want to check on at the school. Alright then, let's get going. Yeah! Something about what that old woman said bothers me. And then Miyuki's reaction. A mass disappearance, huh? Does Miyuki know something about that? Miyuki, is something wrong? You seem upset. It's nothing you need to worry about. Is it something you'd rather not talk about? Well, I'm not sure you'd believe me if I told you. I believe everything you say, Miyuki. That's kinda dangerous, Agumon. Yeah, same here. Besides, we just came from another world. It doesn't get much more unbelievable than that. I guess that's true. Here's the thing, Takuma. Everything's felt wrong to me since we returned to this world. Even though I'm sure it's where I came from, I don't recognize anything about this place. What are you saying? Look, this might be a weird question, but what year is it right now? This year is 2020. 2020? So it's true. This really is a different time. A different time? What are you talking about? This must be a different era from the one I lived in. Huh? Could she really be from a different era? Is that even possible? And you're sure this isn't some sort of mistake or misunderstanding? It can't be. When I lived here, the shrine wasn't some abandoned ruin. And what's a computer? I've never even heard of one before. It's all different. Everything's changed, from the scenery down to people's clothes. Nothing's the way I remember it. So you tell me, Takuma, what do you think is going on? But that can't be, can it? That would have to mean... Is time flowing differently? What do you mean? It sounds like the flow of time in your world is different than this one, Agumon. We were in that other world for days. But here it's only been a few hours. And it's also an entirely different era now than the one I grew up in. What am I supposed to do? Miyuki. She doesn't look too good. I think we'd better find somewhere to rest. Good idea. We're not that far from the school, so we can head there. Think you can make it, Miyuki? She's crying. Must be quite a shock to return to this world only to find it's not really your own. Finally made it. It's funny. After all that time in the other world, now this school looks wrong to me. This place... This looks like where I went to school, only a lot nicer somehow. Probably another result of how much time it's been since Miyuki lived here. Even having made it back, I still feel like I have no idea what's going on. So, what are we going to do now, Takuma? What do you mean? We came here to rest, didn't we? Yes, but there's still a lot we don't know. I was thinking we should look into things. You mean you want to search the school? I don't know about a search, but we could find a teacher and ask what's going on. In that case, we should probably have Agumon hide somewhere again. What? Again? Forget the whole thing. Just rest. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think we should start by finding a teacher. I'm sure they're looking for us, after all. And maybe they know something. But if that's what we're going to do, sorry, Agumon, but you're going to need to hide. Again? But I want to stay with you, Takuma. Everything worked out before when I pretended to be a stuffed animal. I'm coming too. No, you're not. That trick isn't going to work if any of the students notice you. I'm sorry, Agumon. Fine. But you'd better come back soon. Okay, Agumon. You hide in the bushes on the more shaded side of the building. Remember, that stuffed animal trick probably won't fool the students like before. So you'll need to be careful and stay out of sight, okay? It's kind of like hide and seek. Hide and seek, huh? Well, I can do that. I'll go hide so good no one will ever find me. You'd better. Alright, now let's head inside and see what we can learn, and try to find a teacher. Exploration time! I get to explore the real world. Hooray! Uh-huh. Wait, free battle in the real world? Sorry, what? Who's here? Huh. Interesting. I'm confused as to how there's a free battle here, but I guess the worlds are colliding or something. I'll go to the place I'm supposed to go last. There's a timetable for what we're supposed to do at the site, but it's pretty rough. Probably because we each had to submit a more detailed schedule of our own. A guide to the landmark fieldwork is written on the panel. The teacher said this is held every year, and that students join from all over. This place is secretly famous among history buffs for all the rare landmarks. The landmark by the cherry trees, a nature-focused class, a farm experience. The rack is lined with pamphlets to showcase this area. Okay. Any distortions? It's the real world, but you know, something could happen. No? Okay. I am tempted to go in free battle. Cafeteria first. It's been a while since I've had some actual food, right? Women's fashion magazines, children's picture books, and comics. There's nothing odd about any of them, and none of them contain any useful information. TV? I'd like to check the news or something, but the remote's nowhere to be found. Guess someone forgot to put it back. That's it. Anything fun or exciting? No? Okay. You know what? I am gonna go free battle. Free battle in the real world. Alright. Oh, I can't bring any of them. Oh boy. Maybe this was a mistake. I have Agumon. I have War Growlmon. Oh geez, this was a mistake. What there's only the two of them, right? 24 and 19. They're vaccines. Oh, whatever. Gachimon, you can come too. Oh, this is not going to end well. Hopefully I can talk my way through this or something. What can I do? I can do that. This is leaving me wide open to an attack from them. That way, I guess. What can you do? Not all that much. Just gonna bring you this way, I guess. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Oh. If I talk to, this one? That's the wrong one. Do you think you can do anything by force? Okay. Can I trust humans? Please? Forgive anyone that disturbs the peace in this area. I'm not here to disturb the peace. I'm not going to say you're the bad guy. That sounds like a challenge. I think one of these two... I'll go with that one. Okay. I want items. Cool. Oh, I just wish I talked to this one instead. Because I already attacked the other one. Wonder if there's some way to know, like, which one you're talking to at any given time. Just gonna keep my low-level guys all the way back here. Oh, you're fast. Figured you'd do that. I didn't even pay attention if I got another chance to talk. Oh well. Okay. Mansaimon. I'll just advance the story. I don't have as much means to do free battles right now. Should I try talking to the other campers? The tall boy is apparently the only one here. Mr. Tallboy, can I get a picture? And you look just defeated. Did you hear? People who went camping have gone missing. For real? What happened? I haven't heard any details. Teacher's been running all over looking for them. And we're supposed to just wait here for now. Holy crap, this is worse than I expected. Takuma, they're talking about you and your friends, aren't they? Yeah, I think they are. Teachers and students here will have no idea what happened. Okay. Where to next? I guess to the cafeteria next. I was already here once, but now I'm actually allowed to talk to people. Students. Boyish girl. Is the other one next to you girlish boy? That'd be funny. Anyway, teachers? They all went off somewhere. Maybe they're looking for the campers that never came back. There were a lot of them. A lot of them? Either they... braided girl. Either they got caught in the landslide, or they stuck around to check it out. Lots of people still haven't showed up at school. Some people left to go check out the landslide, apparently. The teachers must really be freaking out over this. Mm-hmm. Yuki, what's wrong? Oh, it's nothing. I just got surprised when I saw that TV turned on by itself. Oh yeah, someone must have used the remote. Looks like it's set to the news. You mean now you can turn the TV on from far away? And hey, the image is in color. The picture's even nicer than the picture's even nicer than on that big one I saw at the electronics shop that one time. Remote controls and color TVs are things most of us take for granted these days. Sounds like a lot has really changed between now and when Miyuki lived here. Though I'm having the opposite experience. It says it's today's news, but the date's the same as when we left for the shrine. So it's true. Hardly any time has passed since we crossed over into that world. Yes, but not for me. Apparently it's been ages since I was taken. First I didn't think it was possible, but I'm sure Miyuki's not lying. Some of the things the professor told me, that photograph we found in the other world, and that incident the old woman said happened 50 years ago, I feel like they're all connected. Could Haru and Miyuki have been swallowed up by that other world 50 years ago? Takuma, look! Huh? The location they're showing for this news story, it's not that far from the shrine. Is Agumon gonna show up on TV? It says several students go missing from camp after a major landslide. So it did make the news. Oh, this is bad. This means someone could recognize me as one of the missing kids. If they find out I came back but nobody else did, they'll ask all about the others for sure. But how can I explain what happened? Takuma! Huh? What now? This story. What story? Is there something else on the news? Huh? That cable car looks familiar. In the story, an accident at a defunct cable car ropeway? I recognize that cable car. Do you think that's the same one? It has to be. Sounds like Miyuki's thinking the same thing I am. But wait, what's this next story? Abandoned factory collapses in landslide, blocking nearby roads. It's the same place. You recognize it too, Takuma? Recognize it? We were just there. That's where we fought Piemon. I knew it. That must be what's going on. Wait, did you figure something out? A landslide at the shrine, a cable car accident, and a factory collapsing. What could it all mean? What did Miyuki realize just now? Isn't it all just coincidences? Or could she have known everything from the start? Okay, I need to stay calm here. This is hardly the first time I've felt so clueless. Miyuki, if you know something, would you mind spelling it out for me? Okay, sure. But first, I think we'd better go somewhere else. You're right. If we stay here, someone else might overhear us. Alright, let's go find Agumon and have a talk. The music room. Okay, I don't think we need to worry about anyone eavesdropping on us here. Right, so I'll start explaining. But you have to understand, this is all guesswork on my part. I think the world we're in right now, this world, and the one we got dragged into, the other world, are connected. That makes sense, otherwise we couldn't travel between them. That's not what I mean. I'm saying if there's an accident in the other world, then a corresponding event will happen in this world. Huh? That would explain those accidents we saw in the news just now. But how? Remember what happened with the cable car and at the abandoned factory, Takuma? Cable car and the factory. What was it that happened to us there? Wait, I've got it. So that's what this is about. The site of the cable car accident is where Ryo died. And the landslide happened at the factory where we fought Piemon. So you're saying the two worlds influence each other? As if they're overlapping? To be precise, I think things that happen in that world have an influence on this one. And there's something else those places had in common too, which could be more proof. They had something else in common? Really? What else links those places besides location? Shared feature of both worlds? You mean the fog? Exactly. In both of those places, we had to deal with the fog. Whenever something happened, the fog would roll in and cover the whole area. So, in other words, bad things happen where the fog shows up in the other world. And then that has some sort of effect on this world too. Is that it? I think so. That's terrible. The fog showed up here at the school in the other world. The others might still be in there. What if something happens to them? And we're the only ones who know about this, Takuma. Which means we're also the only ones who can do something about it. Wait, so you're saying? No, come on, you can't be serious. But I am. We're the only ones who can save them, Takuma. It's down to us. If we have to go back to that other world and save them. But what can we do? We don't even know how to get back. Oh, but we do. Huh? You saw how my song was able to join the two worlds, right? It's an ability passed down in the Minase family for generations. I can join the world again. Wait, passed down in the Minase family? Wasn't that the family the old woman said lost a daughter in the mass disappearance? Yes, that was me. I thought so. But does that mean you and Haru crossed into that world 50 years ago? Apparently. So those two spent 50 years all alone in that world. That's crazy. Man, my head's starting to spin again. I need to stay focused on the big picture. Anyway, you've inherited this strange power that could take us back there. But let's say we did manage to return to that other world. What do we do about the fog? The Master is the one who controls the fog. The Master? The one who robbed me of half my soul. The same being who consumes children in the other world. Come to think of it, Arcanimon and Piemon did say the offerings were for the Master. But why did this master steal half of your soul? 50 years ago, when I was drawn into that world, there were many other children that were taken as well. So, at first I thought I was like them, brought over by chance. But I wasn't. What the master is really after is the blood of the maiden. In other words, he's after you? Right. The master converts the holy power I inherited as a member of the Minase family. Master covets it. And he wants to use that power to satisfy a grudge that goes back hundreds of years. So this is all about some ancient grudge? This is insane. Please, Takuma, I want you to help me. I want to bring an end to the master's hate. Not just for me, but for my brother, for Haru. We need to stop the master. Stop him? How are we supposed to stop him? I don't know, but we can't just stay here and do nothing. More than anything, I don't want to leave Haru all alone. Yuki. Besides, if that other world falls apart, I doubt this one will fare much better. You're right. I know you're right, but what are we supposed to do? Whatever's happening, it's big. Big enough that it could mean the end of both worlds. To be honest, I'm scared. I can't imagine what I might be able to do to stop it. But Miyuki wants to go back. She wants to save her brother. And it's not like I want to just abandon the others. I want to save them too. But I don't see how I can. I don't have that kind of strength. I'm just a kid. I don't have superpowers. How am I supposed to save the world? But can I really turn my back on Miyuki? What am I supposed to do? Honestly, what I keep coming back to is I'm powerless. I just feel so powerless. How am I supposed to save the world? What can I do? But Takuma, you're anything but powerless. When we were in that other world together, you were always there for Haru and me. When I was about to be devoured by the master, didn't you rush forward to save me? How is this any different? I'm not sure I can handle anymore. Can't we think of some other way? What can a kid like me do? We should at least find an adult we can trust and ask for their... You know that's probably not going to happen, right? I guess not. Besides, if you're looking for a partner you can trust, remember you have Agumon. Don't you two share a powerful bond? Miyuki's right. Every challenge I've faced so far, I've been able to overcome with Agumon at my side. Why should this be any different? It shouldn't be, really. I know it shouldn't, but... I don't know. I feel like somehow coming back to this world turned me into a coward. Takuma, please. I don't know what I should do. Takuma? Takuma, is that you? Huh? Oh, it is you. You're okay. Oh, teacher. Why didn't you check in with someone? You know how hard we've been looking for you? Maybe you haven't heard, but some students some students may have gone missing. It's terrible. Sorry. You were in the group with Minoru, weren't you? What happened to the others? If that's a question that needs answering, then they probably didn't make it back. Not that I had much hope they did anyway. And who's this girl? Oh, I'm Uh... Oh no. Actually, I got separated from the others. I wound up completely lost, so I had this girl show me the way back. Isn't that right? Oh, yes. That's exactly what happened. I lived nearby, so I knew the way. I see. Well, even if it's just you, Takuma, I'm glad you made it back safe. I hope the others are okay, too. Teachers must all be convinced that the others got caught in the landslide. Listen, Takuma, I want you to wait here in the school for a little while, okay? You too, miss. It's probably best if you stick around until things settle down. I can't believe this is happening. The landslide alone would have been bad enough. Wait, you mean something else happened besides the landslide? Yeah, some talking bear monster thing apparently showed up near that old shrine. Apparently it's caused quite the scene. A monster? But how? Oh, I'm sure it can't actually speak. That has to be some kind of mistake. The witnesses must have been scared out of their minds. Considering the timing of those reports, I wonder. A strange monster that can talk. That couldn't be Agumon, could it? No, Agumon's hiding nearby. Which only leaves one other possibility. Takuma, you don't think... Miyuki's face just went white as a sheet. Oh, this is bad. I don't like this at all. Could this really be who I think it is? Takuma, I have a bad feeling about this. Hold on. We can't be sure of anything yet. For all we know, it could be Minoru and Falcomon, or any of the others. But if it were, don't you think they'd know to avoid attracting attention like we did? She's right. Besides, if we really didn't come back alone, there was only one other monster nearby. Do you really think it's him? What's gotten into you two? If you're worried about something, you know you can tell me. Miyuki, we need to be sure. Right. Hey, where do you think you're going? Sorry, but we really have to go. First, we need to get back to where we left Agumon. Agumon, sorry that took so long. Hooray, you're back. I got so tired of waiting. We'll have to talk later. Right now, we need to hurry back to the shrine. What? Why? What's going on? Come on, Agumon, let's go. Takuma, is that you? You made it. And he's gone. Oh, what's the rush? Takuma, Miyuki, wait up! What? What was that? That didn't look like a costume. What was that just now? Some kind of monster. It was on a rampage. Takuma, did you hear that? Sure did. Not a good sign. We should pick up the pace. Hey, stop! You really don't want to go that way. Takuma, Miyuki, slow down. What's going on? Haha, it's another monster! Oh boy. Takuma, are you okay? I got so worked up I tripped over my own feet. But yeah, I'm alright. Hey, where are you rushing off to? You don't want to go that way, it's dangerous. Just remembered the voice I gave him. Takuma, we have to hurry, or... I know, just a second. You look like you fell. Are you alright? Don't worry. Takuma's got me, so everything's fine. Ah, it's a monster! Stay back! We don't have time for this. Miyuki, Agumon, let's go! Oh, it is Piemon. What is this place? Where am I? What's going on? Is this some sort of cosplay? Everyone stay back. This area is so unstable that even the inner shrine has collapsed. Humans? And so many of them. What's going on? I was swallowed up by the maelstrom and then the master. Did he betray me? Huh, what's that? What's going on? Sir, I'm not sure what you're doing, but I want you to turn around and come quietly. Enough! Oh, you just killed the cop. Takuma, did you hear that? I know this feeling. Takuma, there's an enemy up ahead. Damn it, this is just what I hoped wasn't happening. Takuma, look! It was Piemon. He's here in this world. Only something's not right. He's covered in wounds. He looks absolutely furious. Oh no, this is awful. The shrine's completely collapsed. Even the inner shrine must have been destroyed. Huh? The inner shrine? What's that got to do with anything? Was there something important inside it? But I shouldn't get distracted. Right now we need to find a way to deal with Piemon. Hey kids, this place is dangerous. Stay back! This is bad. Back! Everyone get back! How can this be? Master, did I not serve you well? Why is this to be my fate? Piemon. Yuki, stay back. He's out of his mind. Piemon, you're wrong. Wrong? How am I wrong? Your master, he's not what you think. Do not speak such lies! Oh no, Piemon's going to attack Miyuki. I don't know if I'm strong enough to protect Miyuki myself, but I know someone who is. Agumon, please, you have to protect Miyuki. You got it, Takuma. I'll do anything you ask. Miyuki, over here, now! Traitorous human lackey. Does your treachery know no bounds? You will pay for thwarting me just now. Please, would you just hear me out? I don't know what you hope to accomplish with your trickery, but it isn't going to work. You've got it all wrong. All I want is for you to listen to me. Miyuki, stay back. But I need to get through to him. Does she really think she can convince Piemon? I don't think she has that much of a chance. I'm going to drag you back and regain my master's favor. That's not how it works. That's what I've been trying to tell you. More lies. Believe me, I know. The whole time my soul was lost, I saw the world as your master did. He never cared about you to begin with. lies and deceit. Why should I believe you? You speak only in falsehoods. Not a word you say is true. I will not stand for such blasphemy against the Master. It's no use. Any more of this will only make things worse. We have to stop Piemon now. Agumon. On it, Takuma. Ready to fight whenever you say the word. We'll start by slaughtering these pests. Then I will return you to the Master, maiden. Here he comes, Takuma. Right. Don't see any way around to fight now. Can save my second thoughts for later. Agumon, we're doing this. Well. 1v1 me, bro. Whoa, this is crazy. Can you believe this? Think this is for a movie or something? No way. It's gotta be real. A smaller one couldn't possibly be a fake. Hold on, let me get some pictures. Oh boy. Hey, you three, this place is dangerous. You shouldn't be here. Go take shelter. Uh-huh. So, Agumon got his picture taken. Oh. Oh. Oh, no. Wait, no. No, bad. Oh, no. Okay. I maybe should have evolved some more, maybe should have evolved some more Digimon. Okay. What do we have? We've got these guys. What can they do? That sort of thing, and they can move a lot. $30, $31. Wait. Oh, you already... Wait, can you not move right now? You can't move. You're injured, so you can't move. Oh. And then you... you. What can you do? Oh, boy. Okay. That's... Where can... You can get to there. You can get to there, so I don't want to put... you can get to there. 1, 2, 3... Okay. That means you go here. Because I think his attack would be able to reach that other spot. You come get me this item. Agumon, you need to evolve. I feel like... If I move to there, can I reach him? I don't think so. I feel like I'm going to have no choice but to go through him. If I come here, can I reach? I can. I'm gonna do this. Because I think I have no choice. I think I have to get rid of him. And Seedramon, I'm going to just keep you close and use you to provide items for Metal Greymon. That was unreal. So freaking cool. It's like something straight out of a movie. Oh, this is the last thing I need right now. Hey, let's get closer so we can take a video. Bad idea. Sweet, this is gonna blow up on social media for sure. Oh great. These other kids are getting close and involved. Piemon's running away. Oh, that was a close one. I almost got hit. Yikes, watch out for that debris. Everyone stay back. This is really dangerous, so you need to keep your distance. Okay. I come here. Am I too high up to hit him, or... This will count as a back attack. Oops. Hey, crit. Okay. That takes a load off for me. You can go here. Can't return. Okay. Ow. Defense down. If I bring you up here... That's not what I want. Item. Am I close enough to give you a big bandage? Nope. Okay. And turn it is then. What's your attack range? Like, you can't move. Your attack range is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I can come here with no problem. Choice rips? You know what? I don't need it yet. Alright. Let's bring you here. Oh, you can get behind me. Yikes. Well, then I'll just get behind you. I'm still not close enough, am I? Nope. Alright, I guess you know what? Let's do it this way. Get a little closer to Piemon this way as well. And just destroy this. And turn, look that way. Bird, come over here. What's my attack range? Hey, if I move to here, can I just get like an initial attack in, or is that rock gonna... It's definitely not going to hit, and I'm basically sacrificing Seadramon, but let's do it. Figured. As I said, basically sacrificing Seadramon. Maybe I should have stuck with my original plan, kept him off to the side, and used him to basically keep Greymon healed. This is edge of range, right? 60% accuracy. Boost my stats. He's not quite in range yet, is he? Oh, he is. Got him. What's my move here? I think my move is keep you outside of his range and try to get support for Metal Greymon. She's... Oh. Wait. I did not expect him to go that way. Well... here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to take a... temporary retreat. This should be out of his attack range. Up SP. This... what's his range? 1, 2, 3, 4. His range reaches there. His range reaches there. So to guarantee that I don't get hit, I need to go there. It is helpful to me that he can't move. How do I do this? His range, 1, 2, 3, 4. It ends there. I don't have. I'm gonna come up here. He is so significantly stronger than I am. Like, he one-shot. Okay. So I can come here and hit him with that. Or miss, apparently. He can't hit me there. Please don't one-shot me. Alright. My options are so limited. Out of curiosity, okay. If I want to use one of those, range is 3. So with Verge around there, 1, 2, 3, I can reach if... how much health does that do? It doesn't say. That will full heal me. So if I come here, question is, which direction will it say? Okay, it's safer to come here. Safer for me to come here so that I can make sure I'm facing the right direction. Okay, good. Hit. Hit is good. You, item. Please miss. Jeez. Alright. This is where I retreat. I'm going to use all of my healing items, aren't I? So all he can do is guard. Oh, he's healing. Oh, he can heal himself too. Oh no. Oh, that's bad. That's very bad. I forgot he can heal himself. Okay, so I move in. I attack. I miss because, well, I'm just gonna miss. 60% accuracy means 0 accuracy. Make sure I'm phasing him. Do I have anything I can use here? I want to be able to boost my defense. I'm basically playing a stalling game at this point. Because he's eventually going to run out of SP. My goal is basically survive long enough for him to run out of SP. I got a special attack. Okay, time to run away again. He's got a special attack buff. I've got a special oh boy. This is just war of attrition right now. He's just going to shield. Yep. What can I do? My attack up has ended. Definitely doesn't help that, what can I do? Yeah, it definitely doesn't help that I don't have other Digimon that are up to level. If I bring Bergermon close, Bergermon dies. Yeah, that's just how it is. Bergermon is too low level. And definitely not evolved enough. Alright, I'm gonna come up here. I think this spot is safe, but I'm taking all of the extra caution. Okay, so you're... Okay, good, I did damage. Now please don't get one shot. Wait, his SP recovered. Oh no. Oh god, I'm gonna lose. I am definitely going to lose. Yeah, his SP restores. I was trying to War of Attrition him and get his SP taken out. There is just straight up no way that I win this one. I need to restart this battle. There is absolutely no way that I win it. Can't believe that he was able to one-shot or ground mount. I am very tempted to just like lower battle difficulty because I just do not have anyone of a proper level. Like I'm not allowed to actually change anything right now. This is just all that I have. All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this time I didn't get lucky. I could... Is that in the right line? Yeah, that's in the right line. Just finish him with this instead. Wait, why am I debuffed? Gonna swing well wide. Ah. I got debuffed. Ah, you missed. Just keep these two together. Defense down. I won't be able to reach. That's fine. I'll just bring you back this way. And then you stay together. Alright, this is where I set up to attack you from behind. Can literally only move one square. You can 1, 2, 3, 4. You can reach there. I'll be safe here. I'll be safe here. Oh. Actual back attack? Hang on. Can I reach? I can reach. It didn't do anything, but I can reach. This is probably a bad idea. Hang on. What if I go from here instead? There's a good chance this doesn't hit. Oh, it hit. Good. Oh. Okay, yeah, not losing my Digimon for bad reasons early is a good way to go about this, eh? Everyone's leveling up so much. Jeez, Birdramon went from, what, 18 to 29? Okay, before I do anything else, I definitely need to, do a couple of evolutions. Hey, Seedramon? You can evolve. Okay. And then, Birdramon? Ooh, you have a branched evolution. I will let you... Gardramon, or Garudamon, or whichever one. Yeah, Garudamon. Okay. Oh. Interesting. I just need to evolve everybody right now. Alright. I guess I'll go Zudamon. You're a bit lower level, but at least being evolved will make you maybe not get just completely one-shot. Okay. Do I bother with any of you? I think I don't bother with any of you. Wait, you can evolve to Numemon? Andromon or Monzaimon. And either one of them can actually evolve and I can get my own Piemon? You know what? You, I'll go ahead and evolve. But anyone else that's still child form, I'm not going to bother evolving right now. Oh, you can... Okay. Yeah, I have not done very much making friends, free battle, any of that stuff. Okay, anyway, we won? Takuma, I did it! I beat Piemon! Yeah, way to go, Agumon. Piemon is absolutely covered in wounds. He probably can't even move anymore. But is it safe to just leave him like that? Then again, I don't really want to kill him. Takuma, Agumon, look at Piemon. Huh? He actually got back up, even with all those wounds. How does he still have the strength? That's some determination. How dare you! I don't like the way he's glaring at us right now. Takuma, what do we do? What can we do? This might be more than the two of us can handle. Don't worry about me. For you, Takuma, I could keep fighting forever. Agumon, I know he means it, but we can't go on like this. He took a lot more damage. He took a lot of damage in that fight. And I don't have the heart to put him through anymore. Is this all we can manage on our own? Without the others, are we not good enough? Don't give up, you two. Miyuki. I'm going to open the door. When I do, you take care of Piemon. Seriously? Accursed maiden. What are you scheming now? It's that song. The same song I heard in the music room. Wow, your voice is pretty, Miyuki. Huh? The wind's starting to pick up. Takuma, look, there's some sort of light. It's just like before. That same white light I saw when Miyuki saved us in the music room is growing again. Hmm? What is this white light? What is the power of the maiden? Is this the power of the maiden? Takuma, now! Oh, I get it. We can force Piemon inside. What is this? Can't you tell? We're sending you back to your world. Stop it. No! We did it. Takuma, are you alright? Yeah, I'm fine. Good. Well, that solves our immediate problem, but that doorway of light is still there. I know what that means, but I find myself unable to say anything. Takuma, I've made up my mind. Made up your mind? To do what? Do you remember what I said when I saw that the shrine had collapsed? You mean about the inner shrine being destroyed? Yes. That shrine is very important to the Master. Its presence has helped keep some of his power in check up until now. But if it's been destroyed, it won't be long before that entire island is covered in fog. The entire island? But that would mean... all our friends are going to be swallowed up by that scary fog? We're running out of time, both in this world and the other one. If we don't do something, whatever happens is sure to have a huge effect on this world. So what am I supposed to do? I need you to help me. I want to protect this world. I want to save everyone. This world needs to be protected. So do our friends, more than anything. And so do I. After all, I'm sure the Master wants to take me back. Miyuki, Takuma? What should I do? No. What do I want to do? Part of me wants to save the world, like Miyuki says. But I know how hard that's going to be. Then again, if I don't do anything, I'll be turning my back on all my friends. They've done so much for me, I'd hate to just abandon them. But, am I really up to taking on something that could mean the end of the world? Besides, I never asked to go to that other world. I got dragged in without a choice. Now that I'm finally free of that awful death trap, I'm supposed to go back? For all I know, that could cost me my life. I don't know if I'm prepared for that. Takuma. Oh, come on. That's right. If I gave up now, I'd also be giving up on Agumon. That's definitely not something I want to do. He means so much to me. The path branches off here. Save the game? Yep. Okay. But given all that, what do I want to do? I want to never go back. Wait a minute. I don't have a Wrathful option. So I could just end it right here. I never want to go back. Okay, world's over. Bad ending, probably. I don't know if I can save the world, but I can at least maybe get my friends out of there. No. I've been trying to figure out what to do. I can't leave my friends who fought by my side stuck in that other world. Not while I'm here safe and sound. That just wouldn't be right. I've decided. I can't turn my back on my friends. Oh, Takuma. Does that mean you'll go back? Every time we've been in a dangerous situation, our friends were there to help. If our friends are in danger this time, that just means it's our turn to help them. So we need to go back to that world, back to our friends, and defeat the Master. Yes, you're right. Thanks, Takuma. That's just how I feel. You've all helped me so much. This time, I want to return the favor by fighting at your side, so that we can save the others and protect my little brother. Right. And I'll do whatever I can to help. Alright. So, what's our next step? That's easy. We jump into the white light and go back to the other world. Isn't that right, Miyuki? That's right. We should all hold hands so we don't get separated. What? What a time to get a phone call. Huh? It's from my mom. It's funny, the whole time we've been back, I completely forgot that I had my cell phone. This isn't the best time for a call, though. Yikes, it's still ringing. Sorry, give me a minute. No need to panic, Takuma. Hello, Mom? Takuma, it's me. I just wanted to check when you're coming back. Is it tomorrow or the day after? Man, I remember how I thought she was so annoying when I was getting ready to go. Now it feels like it's been ages since we talked. It's good to hear her voice. I don't know what I did with that schedule. I was worried about you forgetting stuff. It's tomorrow. I'll be home tomorrow. I promise. But you shouldn't call me just to check on that. You're so hopeless, Mom. Takuma, are you crying? Is something wrong? Of course not. Why would I be crying? Takuma, you can tell me. It's okay to cry if you're feeling lonely. Really, sometimes I think you'll never grow up. Tell you what, tomorrow night we'll have curry for dinner. I know it's your favorite. Curry? That's right. Now cheer up. It's just one more day, so give it all you've got. Alright, I will. I'll come back tomorrow no matter what. I promise. It's weird, but somehow it feels like my mom is really cheering me on. She sure is something else. My friends mean a lot, but I need to protect her and everyone else in this world too. So that's what I'm going to do. Me and Agumon, together. Sorry, Miyuki. Gotta take something back. Gotta take something back that I said. Huh? I said I'd help you before, but that wasn't quite right. Because I'm in this too. We're gonna save these worlds together. Let's do this. Yeah, and don't forget me. We're all in this together. Takuma, Agumon, I don't know how to thank you. Alright, now let's go. Back to that other world where our friends are waiting for us. Holding hands, we all leapt into the shining doorway of light. Saving the world isn't going to be easy. My legs felt weak just thinking about it. But with Agumon's hand in mine, firmly drawing me forward, I took the first step. She has returned. I can feel it. The maiden steps once more into this world. This time, she will become my vessel. So the master wants a body. Well, so that was actually it for part 8. It's a lot earlier than I expected it to be. Part of me wants to keep going, but I also don't want to stop, like, mid-part. So I think I'm going to end here. going to end here. I'm going to save in a second slot so that, I keep my, I'll keep my just before the branching paths save so I can go back and pick the other things. So I'll save this in slot 2. And then, next time we'll start part 9. And seems like we're getting into the end game here. Gonna go back to the other world, tell my friends I'm not dead, and then save both of the worlds, I guess. But, that'll do it for today. A little shorter than I expected / planned. And next time we do Digimon, which might be tomorrow or next week, who knows. Next time we do Digimon, it'll be part 9. But until then,